It seems pretty legit. All right. And now the waiting game. Oh, yo, Jim Morton. Yes, whatever you were saying does sound legit. Stop. I'm just chilling. Oh no. Now hold up. Oh no, you guys can hear me. You got me scared for a second. Hello, Mr. Morton. Just letting a couple more people get in here before we start, you know. Never, Morty, never. All right, that's fair. Morty is persistent. Hey, what's up, Steve? Putting out the bat signal in the community group. But wow, I'm putting up this post in the community group and waiting for people to file in. How y'all doing? Both Steve and John. Doof. All right. Good man, just sorting out 600 count boxes? Wait. Okay, so like you're talking about like you have boxes of 600 count. Is it just all bulk? Are you like chancing good cards randomly being up in there or okay. KQ leader? If you don't find it, I may have one. the spice brew, Kid Q. And you're talking about the black one, like the normal one? I guess the only really meta relevant one. Bro, it is cold in my dungeon. I don't really think it's really cold. I think I have like a crappy cold tolerance. I'm definitely better on heat. But as people start coming in here, I'm just gonna do what I do best and run my mouth. So out of the people that are in here, what is everybody building right now? Bonds of Friendship. The art on the back of Bonds of Friendship is actually really hot. Like, I've never not felt like it's hot. Just like the crying, screaming Goku. Was that after like Ader got like smashed, or I'm trying to remember. But that being said, I do want to know, for real, what's everybody's pet deck going into this format? Because like the top just got blown off the game. It shouldn't really be like a. You don't have to use a brainstem to know mine. Like, my pet deck is pretty out in the open. Ader bites it, goes not Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan. I mean, Goku's done that a lot. Against Lord Slug, it definitely felt like it made sense. Like he was right on the cusp, but as a kid, it was kind of weird. It was a little weird. So I'm definitely going to touch on it later, but did anybody expect them to randomly drop a leader from set? Well, the next set. What, set 16, I guess, isn't it? I think? Unison Warrior 1 was 10. Vermilion Bloodlines. No, it was Vermilion Bloodlines 12. Bro, I'm so weird. SS3 thwarting with Kid Q last night. I mean, black on black on black on black. It seems like the synergy is there. And you're running what? It is a fun card. It's a very strong generic card. It's super fun. And you said you were playing SSB Vegeta. Okay, you mean the starter one, yeah? I mean, red and black are really strong going into this format. So I'm kind of, I mean, but blue is also really strong, and you know, notoriously, black and red have issues dealing with blue. So we're gonna see how that plays out. I'm definitely gonna see how that plays out. To be fair though, it is kind of nice because if you're rocking a non-blue deck, if your deck can beat blue, you should have a pretty good matchup in the format, because I feel like blue is just very easy to put together right now, and a lot of people have Soul Striker. There was a point where a lot of people were picking up like prospects and stuff like that. I mean, if you still don't have them, that's kind of on you at this point, I think. Because prospects have risen and fallen. I mean, you lie, but you tell the truth. Okay, so when you say you wouldn't say red is strong if blue is strong, I think we're at a little bit of a different point right now. I think blue is still a good color, but at the same time, like, blue is a very strong color. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to poop on blue at all. It's just that, like, because this game fundamentally makes defending worse than being offensive, I feel like wide strategies are strategies that go like you don't want to be tall against blue. You want to be wide, or you want to have a lot of swings. because Heroic Prospect can floodgate you, but there's going to be like points in turn like 4 and 5 where if they run out of cards, they run out of cards. Like I've actually been finding that like against blue, no lie, just pull the stuffs out. These two cards are like, I mean, father and son just be going in, but like against blue, these two cards stacked together puts a lot of pressure. I mean, King Cold has the abilities. That makes sense. I think King Cold is one of those like decks where you do have to be kind of skilled to pilot it. Like any deck that you don't have accessible combo power, every interaction you make is just more important. There's just more weight on it, you know? Just because you slip up once and you're probably taking whatever damage just got thrown at you. So I'd be happy actually. I mean, it just got a topo. It has access to all of Blue's defense, or not Blue's defense. Green's defense is like top notch right now, I think. Like between topo, between dormant, shocking, death ball was always good, but now it like, I mean, it kills like most silver bullet cards, and is also able to negate an attack. I think Green defensively is really good right now. See, I think I also have yet to face King Cole in like a good environment, because I've only played it twice. Once at a case tournament, and it felt really lackluster. Like I just kind of looked left and looked right and like started swinging on it. But I have a homie Jesse who keeps topping any like it's just store championships and locals. But if he takes King Cold, he normally like ends up doing really well. So there's got to be some merit behind it. I'm just not. I haven't seen it at the other end of the table yet. But I don't know, Morty. Like I would still say red is strong even if blue's strong in the format, because I think like it's not like you're gonna face straight blue. Like even when a deck or a color is like really well positioned, you don't always see it. Like Dark Broly and Mecha Frieza were borderline. Like you were at a disadvantage for not playing one of those two decks last format, but you could still go through a tournament and see a lot of not those decks. So, and like I said, I don't think that red is necessarily as dead in the water to blue as it could have been, like as it was in the past. Aspira, if you're still in here, what's your pet deck? Because I was asking everybody what their pet deck was. I'm trying to figure it out. Trying to see what people like playing. I know personally now that my Gohan deck is pretty solidified. Like there might be some tweaks. I'm gonna start moving on to like maybe a workshop with Rainbow Bardock. I want to really like sit down and focus on it. I mean, you got support. Are you actually excited about the support? I mean, there was like one or two cards. Like the Goku and Vegeta felt like really good. Casey and Sin. Mr. Steve, what are you waiting for from the anniversary box? I'm gonna give it like 7 more minutes, and then I want to go into. I do want to go into speculation for the next set. Like when the commercial comes out, I'm gonna see if I can go for another home run. And I want to see if I can go into the next commercial and see if I can just home run all the predictions again, like I did this one. But I am very excited to speculate on this one, so I'll give it like 10 more minutes. You said Veku is ass. The new Goku and Vegetas are solid though. The Gokus and Vegetas, that's what I was talking about. The red ones, like the Veku. I just looked at it and I was like, all right. Boo is I think Boo is actually really fun. Like again, Amani was testing Boo way before we knew that hits were gonna happen, and it was like gas. It just like the rest of the format was more gas. So I'm excited to see things like that come up. Yeah, I do love the anniversary box. I do need to collect my Gohans. Like you guys saw the opening video, I definitely had a little bit, but I need more Gohans. Take my third. I'm personally excited on Sheila and Super 17. I think Sheila is getting some. Sheila, I mean, like I said, green has, in my opinion, green and red are almost in like the same position. Not like, oh, like they're the exact same quality of cards, but they both have like ironclad defenses. Like they have really good defensive cards, in my opinion. And so it's just a matter of what engine works best. Because it's like red has pretty much any red deck can be playable right now because of the red unison core. And so that's just kind of that. But the what's the word for it? Green is I think is the same way. Like the green has enough cards just to stop you from dying just by playing green. So it's a matter of what you do outside of that. And so I think like a lot of green decks are going to be viable now. I agree. I agree, Aspira. Like, I see the issue is those Super Saiyan 4s look so good foil, and I already know that like I want one more foil Champa and probably one more Turning the Tide. I really want those cards. Past that, I'll probably just pick it up as I go, but and for everybody in the chat right now, thanks for joining in. Cool to have you here. Do I have the okay, background music still up? I was like, I mean, because it's silent to me. I don't hear it. So I was just kind of like, Yeah, it's kind of weird too. Like, I don't really like it, so to speak. But at the end of the day, it's kind of weird. So I had this like crazy idea, and maybe I'll make a video out of it, right? But I was saying, I think in the future, cards like leader cards should have like a hero or a villain tag. Okay, and like hear me out, because I know they already did like hero and villain, but I think you should have a hero and villain tags. I think some cards, like I think every card should really have a classification. You know, like a card like Galactic Buster. Yes, it's a solid blue card, but what if a card like Galactic Buster, and I know I'm gonna get shot for this, but what if it was a one cost blue card, but if you were a blue villain, then it could be used for -1 blue. Things like that. Just so that, like, you know, you could use Galactic Buster in your Soul Striker deck, but it's not going to reward you as much as playing it in a Bojack deck or a Janimba deck or whatever blue villains, like a Rudigarn deck. That way, you know, you're not just shoving the same cores into every deck. Like, why is Broly using Yamcha Merciless Barrage? Answer me this. You could still use it, but maybe have it not as good. Maybe have something like what's a Denial of Hope be cheaper in a villain red deck. Yes. Extra cards, maybe some like counter cards too, just so that you're not running the. Yes, retroactively you'd have to have a massive errata. That is very much so true. Maybe if the game power crept itself to the point where those cards got out crept, you maybe use other things, but it's just, I'm just trying to think of a way where we're not just using the same cores. Because, like, the red decks, I mean, you look at red, all right? If you're using a 2-drop unison, sometimes even if the deck requires a 1-drop unison, you might not even care. If it's not tied to or awakening, Piccolo is just the obvious answer. And then, so that's 4 Piccolo, you know? You got your 1 new ruler. You've got your 3 to 4 Yamcha Merciless Barrages. You might be running Wolf Fangs. Like, most of these cores are kind of getting really thick. Yup. See, I agree. I definitely agree. And I don't want it to be as constricted as leader locking, because leader locking is going to put you into a weird leader locking is going to put you into a weird position where, again, like, you have cards that could very well be used with other leaders, but you're just sitting here going, crap, all these Goku Black cards are cool, but I can only use them with Goku Black. And we'll get into that later, because I think that that one's coming up soon. But I think that like a hero or villain tag would make things a lot more accessible. I just don't think the Soul Striker needs to run the Bojack package along with Super Saiyan 4 running the Bojack package along with Bojack actually running the Bojack package. That sounds nice. Bojack should run the Bojack package. If you want to throw it in Janemba, do that. But I don't think that these cores should just be stuffed in every single deck of the color. And field cards feel weird too, because, like, in all honesty, Bandai's been putting essentially like another half leader per field card. And what that does is when the deck gets too spicy and they have to limit it, there's no way, they can't just limit cards. They can't just, like, you know, like, they have to butt screw the field card. And then the whole deck just feels different as a whole. Yeah, I don't know. That's a little weird for me. I would definitely be more happy if that was something like that. Oh, okay, so we can actually get into that. Have you ever heard... Okay, so I don't think we've talked about this, Aspira, but when it comes with blue, I think blue has been in a weird space for a very long time, because blue is the only color that can naturally ramp and manipulate energy. And because they know that you will reach higher energy generally faster than other decks, or be able to get to the same levels of energy but play your cards and untap energy for the defense, I feel like they have always watered down your bombs. Like, the average 4-drop blue card is generally just not as good as the average 4-drop of any other color. It's just flat out. And I feel like they just stay doing this, like, consistently. And so when it comes to this, it's just kind of weird for me, because I feel like as long as you don't want to change blue's identity, because blue is like drawing cards, untapping energy, ramping energy. But as long as they still keep the same model, I think they will forever be afraid to give blue good bombs. Blue every now and then has a good bomb. They have one of the best color-specific secret rares in the game. Actually, the best color-specific secret rare in the game. But I just think that it's kind of just a weird percent. It's just a weird thing. They've locked blue into a space where they're afraid to give blue a big bomb because they know blue's going to reach it. I said every now and then things squeak through. I said that, Flapper. I just said that often they are giving blue some weird stuff. Yep. And it's the design space. And I don't know what they want to do with blue, if they ever intend to change it. But as long as blue is the way it is, I don't think blue's ever going to get just the card level that we're looking for in other things. Blue's always got that utility. They always got that defense, but you've always got to mix it with other things, you know? You said Baby doesn't get enough of a nerf. Baby players just need to play smarter. To be honest, now that I'm gonna just flat out say it. Now that we're not siding and maining for aggro, yeah, Baby can be ridiculous, but it's not like... Baby will always be a stigma, because it can force you into that long game 1, win it, and then make sure nobody wins game 2. But Baby is susceptible to quite a few floodgates. I mean, you got the draft box ones that are going to help them screw over their energy. You can peg Baby like that. True Fighting Spirit is generic and helps maintain hand control. Like, Baby is always going to be Baby, but it's like you have a fair amount of room. I don't know. It's weird. I can't say that, oh, you just deal with Baby, because Baby is very annoying. I just feel like now that we're not going to have to allot so much space to aggro, we may be able to focus a little more on the hatred that this game has actually stacked up versus decks like Baby, or a deck like Baby, because there's really only one. That's kind of another weird thing. There's a lot of untap hate, and so blue is definitely de facto the strongest color, but I think blue, and the way that a lot of people are playing it, is going to be a little more susceptible than they think so. Now there's a blue deck that won't be as susceptible to that. I think Flapper knows all about that. Flapper and Amani know all about that. And when you see it, you're probably gonna get clapped up. Like it's a blue deck that plays like a red deck, and that's a problem. But you were so correct. I'm sorry. I've been playing Broly for so long. Like Dark Broly, I've been playing it for so long. But yeah, you do have the draft box cards that like do hate on things. It's just kind of like you were right about it needing a Black Sand Leader though. I jumped the gun. It's been a long time. Like this deck, like playing Gohan, it's like one of the first times in a long time that I have not played Dark Broly, and that feels good to be honest. But it's kind of weird. Why are my cats bugging? Okay. It's definitely kind of weird though, Spirit, because I'm like, I don't want Soul Striker to get hurt, but Soul Striker is just too generically good. like it reaches one of those things. Like together, Soul Striker and Baby Hatch are just both in positions where it's like, why would you play another leader or secret rare? Yeah, I definitely agree. Yeah. If blue ever becomes straight ignorant, you will have a plethora of things to put in against it. So. It's kind of also weird. I feel like a lot of players struggle. They're so used to oh, just to make sure people don't know, I'm just not drinking. This is like Panera passion fruit papaya green tea. I'm not sitting here solo cupping my life away. I think a lot of people are so used to blue walling them that they don't understand that like blue has a bunch of cards to draw, blue has a bunch of negates, and blue has its threats and its grinders. But blue also, like any other deck, is finite. Like you put enough pressure on it and you will find a gap most times. Now, mind you, that gap can be filled in with Baby Hatch, so you can't just be like, oh, I'm always going to reach it. But you can normally find a gap with blue to put them in a position where you punch through, and it's just about capitalizing on those times or time when you can punch through. Because once you get through those negates and they really can't be playing anymore for that turn, every swing you have is going to take cards out of their hand. With Soul Striker, lots of people aren't kind of getting that the first step is getting it down as close as possible to 4 in the first 3 turns, because they will play their unison and they will flip. And if they flip at 7 life, you will have a bad time. Yes, we remember 7-drop Gogeta. That was one of the times where Bandai messed up and a mistake got through. That card was too strong. So Soul Striker falls into the same argument as Mecha and Yellow Broly, so yeah. Yep. Yes, that's very true. If you do take away Soul Striker, blue's gonna get hurt. But I feel like that's like on the new sets, you know? Like if they take away blue right now, we're gonna have some weird points. Like you may be able to play Hirudegarn, but Hirudegarn's an archetype deck and not specific, and blue, or not generic, and blue needs kind of a more generic leader because they have a lot of generic pieces that are just good. But Hirudegarn has the top search. Other than that, what are we getting? You know, you're not wrong. What are we playing outside of Soul Striker? And we don't need to remember 7-drop Gogeta. That card was nasty. That was Mr. Nasty 9000. He did terrible things to the meta and made us all feel bad. I think right now, Dark Broly. Okay, it's hard to say dead, but I have to think about it this way, okay? Yo, Vasquez! I have to think about it this way when it comes to Dark Broly. A lot of Dark Broly's ability wasn't playing, like, you didn't die from 1 30k per turn. You didn't die from 2 30ks per turn. You died, first, the pressure of that 30k board building was wild. Then, after that, the ability to burst you down for about 2 turns straight with 30ks you really couldn't out-combo. You just had to burn your resources to stop, and then you start taking damage. This was some of the main issues for Dark Broly going hard. But now that you have to pay energy for him, on turn one, it's hard to get 7 bodies in the grave and play your 1 energy. Like, normally your 1 energy is going to attribute to that, whether it be the Majibu's Human Annihilation or Extinction or whatever. So you're going to ball and you're going to Broly if you do it on turn 1. Turn 2, if you're in a really good position, hitting 3 both times off of your leader, and then Broly balling on turn 1. On turn 2, you should be able to produce another 30k body. It's still playable, but you're at a point where your stuff actually costs stuff, and your aggression is definitely slowed. And those turns where you literally died because you thought you had a good defense, but they started off with 4 30Ks on the field, and then they killed them, and they went for another 4 30Ks or 2, 3 30Ks in an Overwhelm or like a Gogeta. Those turns aren't going to happen anymore because it's turn 3 or 4, and they only have 3 or 4 energy. They swing at you 4 times, you may be able to floodgate them, you may be able to get around some stuff, negate some stuff, block some stuff, and then they can only summon safely 2. Because if they go all 4, they're tapped out in a deck that no longer has the ability to protect itself with its entire hand, and you just clap them. So, it's kind of weird. It's definitely still playable. I don't see it doing very well right now. I just don't. Like, you have to understand that while Dark Broly is a very, very... Like, the cards are still powerful, and they're still doing well on 1 energy, we're shaping up to the best 2 colors in the game, being colors that have in the past traditionally given Dark Broly the hardest times, which is blue and red. And yes, Dark Broly did have a love-hate relationship with red, and that love-hate relationship is if you don't see your violent rays, Dark Broly loves you. And if you do see your violent rays, Dark Broly hates you. But Blue also had a point where it went from an almost unwinnable matchup versus Dark Broly, and then Demigra and True Fighting Spirit came out, and it became a very manageable matchup. Now that you have to pay energy for both your threats and your anti-Blue cards, you don't have enough room to play them both. Blue will stabilize you versus Dark Broly, and Red will probably punch through you playing Dark Broly, so I think it's not positioned well enough to be tested right now. I wish I could care about Teen Gohan. I tried. I bought all the blue staples and then got hurt. Can you discuss how to play the new anniversary box and slash checklist? Mr. Batia, if that's how you pronounce it. I hope I pronounced it correctly. I want to chill on the draft box because I'm working on that behind the scenes. And especially now that the channel is growing, I'm not just trying to put out content to just put out content. When I put up my Rainbow Bardock deck, I want it to be at least somewhat tested. I want to be able to show you guys some strategies that are cohesive. So right now, I kind of not sure about that. Now that we're kind of like 30 minutes in, I do want to talk to you guys though about these spoilers. Okay, so let me see if I can pull up the site, right? So if you look at we got what? Gohan, Goten, and Goku, okay? And what I saw, okay, so there's no like blurb on the thing, but I mean I remember reading in another place that yes, quantity under quality, because I almost messed that up, but I caught it. When it comes to the new set, right? I heard that it's like Sans. It's gonna be Sans centric. That was on some like product thing forever ago. You know, when like the distributors get product. Now, you already know how in Dragon Ball they like to mirror most of the time. Sometimes they diverge, but a lot of times they like to mirror the battles going on in the color. So, looking at this new set, right? I'm actually kind of like spiced up. So we have a Goten leader, and we have a Gohan Unison, and we have a Goku card that allows the leader to go like super aggro or super like swing him out for game. But if we're getting Red Goten and the family Kamehameha, which, by the way, in set 7 was the vibe. I think it's very likely that we're about to see another Red Broly on the other end. And this could be like a soft reboot. Exactly, a new Red Broly. So we might be actually able to see some support for this. And this kind of takes me further on, okay? So just hear me out, because like I said, and don't at me, but if these predictions come true, you guys already know I'm like Professor Xaviering secrets from Bandai across the ocean. We're already seeing the family son, or father-son Kamehameha. And yes, he does. Espira, don't you even wish that evil upon the game. No, we don't need Bio Broly cards. That movie was trash, ball sack, badissy. Get it out of here. Oh gosh, I almost vomited in my mouth just because I read Bio Broly. But that thing looked like a turd with like 2 pieces of hair coming out the side. Oh my god, why would you do this? Oh. I mean, it's facts. They could, but I mean, at least with Black, they tend to be wishy-washy on how many leaders they put in. But I think with the solid colors, they're always going to be doing leaders. And so I'm pretty sure we're going to see another Broly leader in the side. And that should be really, really, really good. Clearly next set. I think next set or the set afterwards. But they have to finish off a lot in Shadow Dragons. But my predictions, right? If you have this exact mirroring from Assault of the Sands, how cool would it be if we continued that? Because I already heard it was sand-centric, and we literally have a continuation almost of Red. So, like, think about the fact that we just got so much Goku Black support. Does anybody think it'd be possible if Blue had a brand new Goku Black only leader? Think about it. Think about it. And if that was the case, who would be on the other side? We could have another future Trunks leader, but that's kind of recent. We could have a Vegeta SSB leader. Yes, we got one in Red, but we haven't had a Vegeta in Blue that's SSB for a while, right? So I would be very, very happy if we got that. Like, if we got a new Goku Black leader in Blue. Now, well, see, you're saying new Raditz for Green, okay? But hear me out. Hear me out. What if Green was Sand Saga still? But we had a Goku that flips into Kaioken, kind of a soft reboot. And then we had a Vegeta that flipped into Monkey Vegeta. I would not be opposed to new Monkey Vegeta. I am not sure about a new Red-Green centric. I don't know. I don't know. We've been seeing kind of a weird... Unison Warrior has been a very single-colored block, you know what I mean? They have multicolored cards sprinkled in, but it's very, like, the focus is on single colors, so they could always pivot, but who knows? But let's go down this rabbit hole, right? If we have Red being the Broly movie, and we go Blue going back, like, let's say we just mirror, we have Blue going back, and, because I really like the idea of a Goku Black. I really like the idea of a Sand Saga, because that would allow us to have the ooh, you know what? I didn't think of that. Daishiden, 1 second, I'm coming back to you. So, yeah, let's say we had the Goku and Vegeta. Can you imagine SPR cards, right? Like, you guys, just hear me out. What about SPR cards of Goku and Vegeta in green, and one's doing the Gallic Gun and one's doing the Kamehameha Kaioken ×4, and you could hold the cards together and it made like art on the SPRs. Like, maybe the normal cards just have them doing their moves, and like the freaking SPRs actually have the landscape art, so you can put the 2 cards together and see the beam struggle. That would be amazing. Let's see. Oh, Aspera, you're talking about the next set having Invoker support? Like the following set? Yeah, if you look at the box art, right? Actually, let me see if I can pull it up on the screen. Okay, so you guys can see this right now. Let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of that. Okay, so I can still have these left over from my last one. I apologize. So, if you look at this, right? At first, I thought this was a placeholder, right? But instead of being a straight placeholder, this Father-Son Kamehameha actually turned out to be the actual card art, you know? Like, this is a theme in there. Father-Son Kamehameha is the theme in here. So when you go to the newest one, though, look at that. I don't think that's a placeholder anymore. I think that's what Espira was talking about. You literally have this. And I'm very, very excited for this because you guys already know my main dude is, my main homeboy is Gohan, right? And whether this is Invoker support for multicolored unisons, or whether this is expansions on what we already have, I've already kind of complained, sort of talked about how we're missing a lot of cards from the TOP in this red archetype that just came out. We don't have a Piccolo Gohan moment, despite the archetype being about the power of mentors and students. We don't have a real Frieza. Like, there's a lot of stuff we don't have. And so I think it'd be really cool if this set gave a little red support that helped out Invoker, but also helped out this set. I'd be flabbergasted. But yeah, because we just went from that, which, like I said, I really thought that was a placeholder, and as of yesterday, it was confirmed that it wasn't, or I guess early this morning, late last night. It does seem like, yeah, we're about to get some heat. Some heat. So yeah. OGDB stuff, you right. Now you said a decent Kef leader, so I'm gonna go back to that. Red being red being the second Broly movie, blue hopefully being a new Goku Black leader. I would love green to be a Sand Saga, and like I said, that SPR idea, it would be so beautiful. But if yellow could still do Sands, like think about yellow having Kale and Caulifla as a new leader, and then I don't know, maybe on the other end, what we have on the other end. I don't want a Goku twice in the same set. But I don't think we have enough God Gokus. And I think that fight where he fought both Kale and Caulifla could be cool. You could have a Super Saiyan Goku that flips into God Goku, and he beat Universe 7. I think that'd be tight. I wouldn't say a resurgence, because I don't think Surge will ever come back the same level of heat that it used to be. Like, Goku and Godku and Piccolo were just on another level of goodness. Like, I didn't even play during that format, but, like, I was still keeping track of things with my bros, and they were just like, bro, like, it's Godku and it's Piccolo. And everybody was on the Godku train, but Amani was out here on the Piccolo train doing God's work. Bro, I can't even make sense of hands like this. Like, thank God for mulligans. There's 3 unisons in here. The deck runs, what, not enough to see 3 unisons in the first hand. Like, homie. Oh no, we're just chilling. We're chilling, Rising. We are chilling. Yo, actually, I'm not gonna lie, that idea was really hot. I'm about to put this out real quick. So yeah, I think that'd be cool. And then for black, if it's sand based, who knows? Wouldn't it be cool if we got a Cumber? A Cumber would be cool. Dark Mask King leader would be cool, as long as they don't just like make it whack. But either one of those would be kind of tight. But I'm still out here simping for Super Saiyan God Trunks. Like, Super Saiyan God Trunks got to enter at some point, dude. You said you're going to buy a crate? What's a crate, sir? Mythic box or the new set coming? We don't know what's coming in either. But to be honest, like, the Mythic box is probably... at this point, you're at a weird position, Mr. Bhatia, Miss Bhatia. You gotta let me know. I can't really make heads or tails. We have SCR units. No, no, no SCR unless it's in some special pack. Never gonna be SCR leaders, because like, how mad would you be if you pulled an SCR leader and he was butt cheeks? How mad would you be if there was an SER leader and he was de facto the best leader in the game? There's no good way to handle that situation. Playing set since 3, seen everything. I don't think. Yeah, you're right. They've done a lot. Cumber sounds about right, seeing as that they said it's a character people have been asking for. Hey, Cumber's pretty cool. I mean, he ain't got no plot, but Cumber's pretty cool. Heku? No. Well, get out of here. Why would they pair Heku with Universe? I'm telling you. Oh, the next set has 4 SCRs? Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, again, if an SCR was a leader card, you'd be mad if he was bad, you'd be mad if he was mid, you'd be mad if he was busted. There's no good position. Alright, Ash. Ash the man. That work for the archetype of exactly. See, like Dashiden is right. Like you make an SCR leader and like you just don't pull it. Like and then what if it becomes like meta and you just feel like you're the only one that doesn't have this? I will be mad. Nah, man. Oh, so when you say crate, we would say case. Okay, Ash, I get you. I get you, Ash the man. Aspira, I honestly think it will never be in a main case. I don't think they'll ever have a leader in a main set. I think a leader that was SCR would be in some like promo set, like some collection. I don't think they're gonna be sitting here, or maybe a small themed booster. But I don't think we're sitting out here with like set 20 having an SCR leader. Like I think we would all collectively stop buying the card game, fund ourselves a trip to Japan, and we just like occupy Bandai. Yeah, but like nobody wants an SCR slot taken up in a box like that. Like it'd have to be a promo. There's no shot it wouldn't be a promo. Exactly. Oh, you mean every other box? You mean every other box? Got you. He said, "Not my leader." Got you. Yeah, rare leaders kind of felt weird. I mean, it just see when it was a rare leader, it was cool to have your leader foil, right? But what was not cool was buying a case and having like a stack this freaking thick of leaders, and you're just like you can't even do anything with them. Like ain't nobody trying to buy bulk leaders. Like, those became bricks. See, front and back foil leaders need to happen. That's 100% facts. Every time we open packs to Island. Open leader. I want to smack somebody. Yeah, you're right. I mean, you're not wrong. Like, when you open your pack and you see the back of it shining and you're just like, mother... Ah! Like, for real. For real, for real. I don't think it's that hard to make. Now, you may have some scuffy... You may have some scuffing issues. Like, I feel like print lines could be a real big issue on a double-sided foil. But day's going well. Yeah, I saw you, man. See, look, here's my thing. Clash of Fates is hilarious, but Clash of Fates also makes me like hella mad because I do remember like I was helping out my like card shop run some stuff, and at one point he was like, hey, should we order this set? And I'm like, I don't know. And he's like, well, do you know if it's gonna be good or not? And he opens up like the ordering system, and this pack literally says themed booster 2 with no information. And I was like, I don't really know. Like, I don't really know about this one. And so he orders a bunch of it for the island, and the set was the freaking Clash of Fates. Like, he was dead on arrival, man. Um, Yeah, it's definitely Supreme Kai or Vegito. Supreme Kai competitively just gives you the most flexibility, but meme-wise and potential Dunk Master flex, this is the first deck that can utilize the Vegito SCR well. Like, you literally, like, can you imagine? You play him, you use his +1, it jumps up, all the cards come back down, they all proc their effects. Like, it's monstrous. I mean, Supreme Kai can get handled a fair amount, but at the same time, like, a lot of people, I feel like people don't understand that Supreme Kai is complex and simple. All right, you can literally, oh, energy procs from hand. Okay, that's my bad. I'm stupid. See Aspira? That's why he's better than me. He reads cards, and when it comes to I'll get right to you, Synth Hunter. When it comes to Supreme Kai, like, yes, you can get God Sealing, but it's the best God Sealing check you probably have. If they God Sealing me on a Kai, I'm probably not mad. Now, you can also catch people slipping really hard. I mean, they swing with a battle card first, and you're like, no thank you, and you hit the Kai, and then their Unison and their leader can't swing. That could be potentially huge when you have, like, looking at a Soul Striker and a Majin Buu Unison. Like, that's probably going to be huge if you can catch them slipping. But at the same time, when you end up going in on like things like Kai, do you realize that sometimes when your opponent is at death's door and Supreme Kai is a 2-card combo to 1 energy Kai swing, another energy Champa, that's 50k double strike, and you just put your whole hand on it and go from there. So like, Kai is still really flexible. What deck do I have now that Harambe got? I don't think this is a question. You already know. It's go on. It's literally go on. That's what I'm at right now. Go Tanks will be strong in the blue meta. Go Hank's got a lot of deflect, so your best looking SPR, SCR, and SR in your opinion. SPR, honestly, okay, so look. I know you guys are going to hate me for this. And no, I'm not going to pull out Gohan. Even though he looks like really, really cool. No, I'm not going to pull out Gohan. Even though SPR SS4 Gogeta Thwarting is a really, really nice card, till this day, one of my favorite cards in the game, and I don't think it's ever changed. It's an SPR. Of course, you're asking for SPRs. I will never sleep on this card. Till this day, Fu Shrouded in Mystery is one of my favorite SPR arts of all freaking time, dude. Like, it's so clean. Like, this card has had drip for like 10 sets, bro. Espira, you trying to fight, huh? I guess you just want to fight. That's just what you want to do. You want to fight. Yeah, you must want to fight. Get out of here with that. Yeah, deflect is kind of like cancerous to blue. So the fact that all of Gotenks bombs are, yeah. Yo. Hey, first SPR. I don't think it was my first SPR, but definitely was one of my favorites. I used to have 2 copies. I held them to them forever. Now I got 1. Sold 1. One moment. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of why, like, honestly, that's one of Blue's only misgivings right now. Like, it's kind of hard for Blue to, like, to break a board. And so when you start, like, really piling on the cards back and forth, you really just start stacking up against Blue. And then you start swinging against Blue. And then it becomes a test of how many swings versus how much mitigation they have, how many negates, their combo tricks. And so, yeah, like, I can tell you, like, you're not killing Blue with a random triple strike. You're if you do kill Blue, it's likely because you got the swings to push through Blue. And when you think about Gotenks, green Gotenks, your bomb has deflect, your bomb kills something, and your bomb has dual attack. Like, it's almost a no-brainer right there. That right there is enough to play the deck. You are getting under God Ceiling, you are forcing negates. Like, for real. That's true. But I mean, to be honest, like, that's why cards, like, literally, you're going to find a certain type of card be good against it. Like I said, Gotenks, 2 energy, deflect, dual attack. This guy, 2 energy, deflect, dual attack. Like I said, you're going to see a thick pattern. Yeah. Blue-black has the removal between Thwartings, between Haze, between SS4 Gogeta. Blue-black has the removal. That is right. Daryl is right. Tune in tomorrow. You're right. You're definitely right. We are actually nearing the end. Like, we've almost been here for a straight hour, but I mean, I'm still here to talk for a little bit if you guys are still here to talk for a little bit. Tattoo for Gotenks is getting tested with Zamasu UI. I said UI. Yeah. Look. That's blue-yellow, though. And that's kind of a weird point because you have to go first, and there's a lot of like things that go in that. Like, they can still sneak in a good turn 2 against you and be able to go in on that. Take my throw? Yes, but people also complain because they couldn't finish games in reasonable times, and now you have these formats. I like the dialogue going on here. This is good. Yeah, I mean, see, like Daryl, like you should listen to Daryl because Daryl is a premier blue player, and even he knows, as confident as he is with blue, stalling is just stalling. You can baby hatch somebody, and that baby hatch is going to give you a single turn to assess the board and attempt to deal with it. And if it doesn't deal with it, guess what's going to happen? You're going to die the next turn when you probably going to die the turn before. There's like, tapping Gotenks is not the same as getting rid of Gotenks. Max Power! Max Power is such a gorgeous card too. Hold up. Where's mine? Somewhere around here, I have a foil. Ah, yes. It's beautiful! I love cards like these. I love the old TP foil format. I love it, love it, love it. So yeah, on a closing note, yeah. How does everybody feel about the format going forward? I know we haven't had many events, we haven't really had much of a testing ground, but just off of your base kind of feel, how do you feel about where we're at? I mean, personally, I can tell you, I very much so agree with Aspira. We are at a point where we can, with blue as the best de facto color, as it seems, there's a lot of room for other decks to do work. I mean, like, literally, with blue as a good color, it's only a matter of time until red finds its nice ability to punch through. Black, I think, is going to have a harder time because black has never been one to go through mad defenses because it normally gasses out trying to push. But we will see because black is in a different space than it's ever been before. If blue gets stronger, then generally green gets stronger because of hand control. I think there's a lot to do here. Hype for Gen Con. Don't sleep on Scuffle. You heard it right there. Zegna has proclaimed that Scuffle will take Gen Con. I feel it. I definitely feel it. And I also agree texture foiling needs to come back. I definitely agree with that. Oof. You don't think top tables will change? Alright, well. And rogue decks can exist now. Like Scuffle. Scuffle will win Gen Con. Like, I just, don't at me. Do you think the yellow-green Broly would fit the rainbow? Well, so if it's not Super Saiyan 4 and black, it won't get around energy exhaust, so I'm not sure. Any form where you can try things you're down with? Yeah, me too. Me too. I actually really like triangle formats the most, but I think this game has been a little stale for a while, and so yeah. Sleep on Scuffle and burn it? Why are you going ahead against Scuffle like that? Bro, I want to see this fight. I want to see this fight, but when we do like the choose your fighter selection screen, I need Zegna. I need yours to be the that dude dancing in like the African or island country. That needs to be your choose your fighter selection screen. But yeah. I mean, hey, look, I'm glad you will Sunday bring Scuffle. Okay. Okay. That's I wish I could be there. All right, so you hear it now. Scuffle's going down. We're about to see it go down in Dream Wizards on Sunday. So be there or be not local, because I'm not going to fault you for not trying to drive out to Maryland if you're not already in Virginia or Maryland. That being said, I think this was really, really cool. Thank you guys for showing up. We talked about a lot of stuff. I am, like I said, I'm trying to make this a Thursday thing and have it grow, get bigger, have a bigger dialogue going, having fun. And yeah, I'm just happy to be able to talk to all you guys. Stay tuned. Tomorrow, we are going to have Daryl's Blue Black Soul Striker list go live. Like most of my videos, they go live at 11 a.m. if I can get it done the day before. I'm not doing it like spoilers after I get home from work. So the video will be up about 11, and we're gonna keep it going. We still have to make the giveaway like selection, selection of cards that are being given away, not just the selection. And gotta get time for people to comment and stuff like that. I have a how-to Gogeta Xeno coming up from another cool guy on the Discord, and you know, it just is what it is. Oh, it's gonna be at the gaming crib. Oh, I get off at 5. So I can come over, and the gaming crib is the upstairs to here. I'm in the deep, dark, cavernous space of the gaming crib. So I'll just come upstairs after work. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're gonna have a lot of content coming up. So just stay tuned. Thank you guys for showing up, and I will see you guys the next time you decide to join UniXLive.